Hello, I'm David Callaghan from Target on English, and this little video is to talk about um, my approach to classes and how I try to make the classes interesting and productive. I think of these as being my rules, my 3 rules. Now, I developed these rules over the 25 years or so I was teaching in state schools in the UK and coming over to Spain a few years ago and starting to teach English here to Valencians. I discovered just how important these rules are when it comes to teaching English to Spanish people in particular. And I hope that you think that the rules are practical and useful for you. So let's have a look without any further chat. The first one is number 1, students must enjoy lessons. Now that does sound like a very simple rule, and yes, hopefully in most cases it is. But when I've been watching other people teaching English, I sometimes watch and see how the pupils are, how the students are feeling, and they don't always look like they're actually enjoying themselves. Sometimes they're really engrossed in the lesson. They are getting stuck into the subject, but even so, they don't always look like they're actually enjoying the lesson. And for me, that enjoyment is critical. If a student enjoys a lesson, then the student won't just come to a lesson in the future, but they'll actually look forward to coming to the lesson and be keen to arrive. And my particular style, and sometimes it works better than others, is to try to make some jokes throughout the lesson. So although I take myself and I take the subject and the students really seriously, I think it's also important just at times to lighten up a little bit and to see the funny side of things. And that's my particular style. So hopefully my students enjoy the lessons, partly because of the way that I'm teaching, but also because of my particular teaching style. It is relaxed and I'm involving all of the students and they feel like, well, and this brings us on to the second point, students must feel they're getting better. So students need to feel they're actually making progress. Now, again, I've watched other teachers working and yeah, I've also seen teachers making jokes and having a very relaxed classes, and the students are enjoying themselves to an extent, but actually there is a feeling somewhere that maybe they're not making as much progress as they would like to be. They're not improving their language or their vocabulary in the way that they would love to be improving their language and vocabulary. Of course, some lessons help the student make more progress than others, but overall, it's really important that students should be coming away from the lesson feeling, yes, now I've learned something new. I've really made a little bit of a breakthrough. I didn't quite understand something before, but now I feel much happier about it. For example, with modals, thinking about the way that we use words that indicate how often something might happen, or will happen, or may happen, maybe should happen. Whatever the topic is, students really need to feel like they've come out of the lesson knowing something that they didn't know when they left. And that brings us on to the third point. Students must have something new to practice. Now, practice makes perfect, as the saying goes. And between lessons, it's really important that students have an opportunity to practice the language that they're using. If students can't practice the language, it'll be very, very difficult for them to remember the information, the language structures that they learnt during the lesson. I have a similar problem with Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I don't really have a lot of opportunity to practice. And of course, currently, with the way things are, I have almost no opportunity to practice. But practice is vital for students who want to make progress on a longer term basis with their language. So just to clarify, we've got 3 rules there: enjoying lessons, and with me, my teaching style involves using jokes and having a nice relaxed atmosphere where everyone can chip in or contribute. Students you need to feel like you're making progress, you're getting better with the language, and finally, when you come out of a lesson, you need to feel that you have something to practice. Anyway, I hope those 3 rules help you and that you think that they're a great idea. If you think that there's something else that students need to know, or another way of thinking about the lessons, then please let me know. And my contact details, mobile WhatsApp, I have a website, Instagram, they have the Facebook group and page, and I've got a LinkedIn group as well. So it's me, David Cadogan, from Target on English. I hope that the information is helpful and useful, and please, I hope to see you again at another lesson. Take care. Bye-bye.